During my addiction, I thought recovery was like this. What, am I gonna go to church and pretend like I don't wanna die? Maybe join a spin class or a cult, whatever the hell this is. Look at these fakers. No one is actually happy. What, did they just get a new bathroom break at work? This just wasn't for me. Hi, my name is Tim Saylor. I'm the videographer for Together We Can. I'm a skier, a rollerblader, a flow artist, and an addict with 3.5 years clean. Where I fit into society was something that plagued my mind for a long time. It led to depression, anxiety, and eventually addiction. Although I had been struggling for a long time and I was already staying up more nights than I was going to sleep, my story really begins in March of 2020. I was skiing up on Seymour in front of a crowd. I couldn't get out of my own head and made a mistake that caused me to break my back and chest plate in 2 places. When I went to the hospital, I learned that the COVID lockdowns were starting. So here I am. I have no prospects, complete isolation, nothing to look forward to, and opiates come into the picture. So you can imagine it was totally fine from there on out. No. There's one story that sums up how bad it got pretty succinctly. I woke up to see ambulance lights. There was a crowd above me and a Narcan needle sticking out of my arm. And the paramedic turns to me and he says, "Hey, this lady just saved your life. You should really thank her." But the first thing I thought was why? Why couldn't you have just let me die? I was so certain that I would never be able to act like a normal human being again, and I was a waste of time, toxic to everyone, that I hated myself, I hated living, and I had lost my spark. This was one of the good times. I specifically remember my face feeling weird because it had been so long since I last smiled. But this is not a story about getting broken. This is a story about getting better. And when I finally got to the end of my rope, all my options exhausted, I called my parents. And thanks to them, I got into TWC. When I got there, I learned so many important things, like why no one wanted to keep up with me at parties. But actually, I started doing the things I thought were impossible for someone like me. I was so sure I'd never be able to act like a normal person again, but here I was, getting out of bed every morning, going to sleep every night, getting to group, reading the big book, and doing the work. It was a lot like learning a new trick in skating. Once I could get out of my own head and just do what was in front of me, things started to work out. I think mentally during my addiction, one of the things that really stands out to me is how I was never enough for myself. I accomplished a lot of really great things, but it was so hollow. Every time I finished something, I would look back and, oh, that's garbage. Like, I could never be proud of myself. And I had decided that recovery for me was going to be about building a life I want to live, and maybe one day do something I'm proud of. I knew that once I left treatment, I'd start skating again, but I was scared because injury had been such a big part of my addiction, and I didn't know if I had gotten injured in my recovery, if I'd be able to stay sober. But then I learned I could, because 2 months before a competition I wanted to skate at, I dislocated my shoulder. I knew if I was going to skate in the competition the way that I wanted to skate, I would have to work really hard to get my shoulder in good shape before I got there. I started doing physio, and I did it every day, something I never could have done before recovery. I even started training. Okay, so I'm here at Railside Skate Park in Poco, training for the upcoming competition in Shreventon, and I've got a trick that I really want to do. It's called a cork 7. It's like a backflip with 2 spins. And right over here, my goal is to try and step it up evenly so I don't get hurt. I'm gonna start with the 360, 540, a backflip, it's called a flat 3, and then hopefully I can get to the elusive cork 7 before the competition. Okay, so I've worked myself up. I've got the 360, I've got the 540, I got the flap 5, and now the trick I really want to get in the competition is the cork 7. It's been a very long time since I've done this trick, and I've had some bad experiences in the past, so fingers crossed. We're live. Time to try again. Ow. Okay, well, it doesn't look like I can get the cork 7 today, and I'm leaving tomorrow for the competition, so I'm gonna have to see if I can do it there. It might seem weird to put so much emotion and value on something as pointless as skating or swinging balls around, but this is what I love, and it's with the people I love. Yeah. Let's just do it. This is where I can connect to myself and those around me. Going into the competition, I had 2 goals. Don't dislocate my shoulder and land a cork 7. I knew that I wasn't gonna win, but I was gonna skate exactly how I wanted to skate. Shreventon, baby!
Thank you again for coming out to our 5th annual Shreventon Inline Summer Skate Series.
So it's the day of the competition, and I'm nervous.
We're happy to have people from all across Canada, guys. It's getting hot today, but we're gonna make it.
I really don't want the crowd to get to me, because the key to skating is confidence, and it's gonna take all the skills I learned in recovery to keep a level head here.
All right, Timothy, here we go.
So I drop in, hear my friends cheering for me, and I get this really technical trick on the quarter pipe. Once I landed that, I knew I was going to be okay.
Yeah, budget topsoil, very nice. Coming back up, fakie 3. All right.
Couldn't really believe what was happening. With every trick I landed, my focus improved.
Back royale. Coming up to the main court.
Pretty soon I wasn't thinking about the crowd at all, I was just having fun.
And kind grind, 180 out, very nice, very nice.
It felt like I was skating for all the right reasons.
Oh, he's coming on the flat rail.
But still, I needed to get that cork 7 and not dislocate my shoulder.
Getting some speed, hitting that tombstone. No, oh, flat 3, very nice.
Yeah, I was pretty bummed I didn't get the flat 3. But then I knew if I was going to fall on a safety trick, I might as well go for what I wanted the whole time.
Nice work, Timothy. Last hit, last hit.
Get it, dog.
Coming up, pick up some speed. Going for that flat. Oh, cork 720, almost hitting the speaker. Woo, nice, nice.
Tim! Oh my God!
And that was it. No, I didn't place. But I did everything I set out to do. My shoulder held up, my mind held up, and thanks to recovery, that's enough for me. It's a wonderful thing being proud of yourself.
Is it right That it's your touch that I need to get along. Get along. So give me life. I close my eyes.
I hope my story inspires someone who's struggling with addiction to try their own version of recovery.
And I said, all the life I was high for the good times. I was high for the bad times. Tell my baby that I'll be better, I'll be better.
And I hope for anyone struggling in recovery, they can give themselves permission to have a bit of fun. I am an addict, and I am